I have hit record. Welcome, welcome. All right, guys. Nice and small group tonight. I like it. I was going to do top 5 reasons why you're successful and why you're not. I might not get to the why you're not tonight just because the whys are pretty good, right? Like they go into some pretty in-depth stuff. So I'm just going to pull it up here. I made notes. So let's go here. So before I start, I just want to, I guess, open up the call and say how important these are for me. And my new direction that I want to go with them is I just want to open it up, as you guys know, to as many people as possible. Whether people resonate or not is not my objective. It is more of me getting my thoughts out into the world, getting experience for myself to coach more, be more in tune with my line of fulfillment, and then in hopes of helping myself grow. And then if there is value that you guys get from it, that's up to you to determine and decide if you want to share it. And at the end of the day, if you do share it, it will be awesome for everyone. The community grows and obviously more people get helped. So that's why I'm doing it. That's why I've been doing these calls for quite some time. And I know we had a little bit of a hiatus there just due to Mother's Day and the long weekend all falling in the same month. But yeah, we're here. We're back on track. And tonight's call, like I said, is top 5 reasons why, in my opinion, you are or can be successful. If you're already doing these, you are successful. And if you haven't started doing these, then you can be successful or more successful than you already are. The first one that I have on the list is you value your time more than the money coming in. Okay, so this one's pretty self-explanatory with the title, but you value how important your time is. And it's not that you can't trade your time for money. I hear a lot of these gurus that I listen to, and they say, well, the problem is you're trading your time for $1. Okay, well, that happens all the time until you get to a certain point where maybe you're in a residual income state, or you're the head of a company and everybody's doing the work for you and all that kind of stuff. But I truly think in the beginning and in most situations, we will do some sort of trading time for money. I do it every day. So I'm not going to go there with that one. It's more along the lines of what you invest your time with doesn't get determined by how much is going to come to you in the form of money. And this leads me down the road of fulfillment. It brings more things that I want in my life versus just paying a bill, or, okay, I need $500 a month to take care of that, and I need $300 a month to take care of that. I used to think like that because that's my banking background. I've been programmed for that. I'm slowly growing out of it, just knowing that if I helped 4 people gain mobility or gain some mental clarity or anything in the positive direction, those 4 people will return everything that I need at that given time or over time. I had a message, I sent a message out to one of my old clients and good friends. I just said, thank you for the referrals. Thank you for the constant support. They've sent me, a few people. Those few people continue to come back, whether they leave or not. I just had one leave and come back to me, but it was all based on that very source referral. And I'm super appreciative of that kind of stuff, because it does end up taking care of me when I've put out that vibe, I've put out that support. And even though the person no longer comes to Fit Club, I'm very much still connected to their life, and I still share times with them and conversations, and they still pop by. We're in each other's lives, and it's really cool how that works. And then down the line, that support just keeps flowing in, right? But I'm never focused on that dollar, and I find more comes to me, and it's excellent. It's an awesome thing to have, because you help people and you feel great about it, right? And you just don't get lost in the greed and all that kind of stuff. So really try to focus on valuing your time. And this leads me to say and start talking about, okay, what does your time mean to you? what is valuable to you? That's something that each and every one of us has to ask ourselves. And I generally try to write things down that I like, things that or make note of them, mental notes, whatever it may be, or recognize the emotion that I go through when I am in a moment of like, I really enjoy this. How do I stay there? Or how do I continue delivering that emotion? You just have to make note of it. And I'm reading this book, Emotional Intelligence 2.0, and it does talk about that. I'm going to share a screenshot, and it just lists off a bunch of really cool topics here. So where is the page? Photos. Here it is. Self-management strategies is the title of it, and this is how we can truly utilize our time to do some of these things. And it has a list of 17, so I won't list them all. But in the moment, it says, create an emotion versus reason list, right? So this is number 2 on the list, create an emotion versus reason. And what that means is create a list of the things that you do and the emotion attached to it versus the reason. Like, okay, why did you do it over here? What did you feel like over here? And it helps you separate the two, right? It helps you, okay, I did this for that reason. It made me feel like this. So if I did this because I needed to get ahead and I cut corners and and then it made me feel like this, that's something that you probably want to knock off your list, right? So taking a detailed tally of the things that you do and the feelings that you go through is very key in valuing your time over anything else, right? And not just money, it can be anything. Sleeping on it. I was in a conversation, I literally said, I'm going to wait to respond because I don't have a clear thought process on that, and I did not want to push it. And honestly, sleeping on it cleared a lot of things for me because I came out with a little bit more concise thought pattern, and I think it created a much better process going forward. So that's one of them on the list. That's number 5. Talk to a skilled self-manager. This one really intrigued me because they are very good with their time. Whoever they may be in your life, if you have one, talk to them. I think that would be really good to get a grasp on your time, a grasp on what do they do with their time that they're so successful, self-managing themselves and that kind of thing. And then down the list here, it goes, speak to someone who is not emotionally invested in your problem or problems. So that one to me is pretty key because they can take an unbiased approach and give an opinion based on their experiences. And that's what you hope that they would be giving an opinion on, is experiences, not just what they think. But I think that's really cool to find someone that is totally disconnected, has nothing to do with your life, job, whatever, but they're your friend. Like, they don't know your inside scoop on it, and just chat with them and see if that brings out some value, or at least more, to allow yourself to become more in tune with your time versus anything else. So that's number 1 for me. Number 2, rest. Do you get enough rest? This is an interesting topic because every single one of us, there's 6 of us in this room right now. There's going to be many that'll listen to after this, but it's all different. And rest, the definition of it is different. It could be mindful resting. It could be shut the brain off. It could be bodies awake. It could be bodies asleep. It could be doing something you actually really love that doesn't feel like work or doesn't feel like a task. All of those things can, come together in the category of rest. And then at the end of the day, I truly want you to focus on sleep hygiene and actual close your eyes, rest. Brain dumping, we've talked about in the past. That's a good tactic. Write everything out that's in your head right now that's going around, whether it's, needs to be done tomorrow, next week, next month, tasks like that, or if it's emotions that you've gone through or rough days or something, just write it down, right? Brain dump. But it's pretty key to be able to do that and control your sleep hygiene, just because we usually over caffeinate ourselves, over stimulate ourselves, over supplement ourselves. I'm included for some of these days, especially on the 75-day challenge. That's not the go-to. It's not the be-all, end-all. It's a quick fix. We all know it's a quick fix, but what ends up happening is we push ourselves a little bit further past, I guess, what's natural, right? Like what our bodies are capable of doing under the most efficiency. And then potentially you could get injured, fatigue, say something that you don't want to say, become irritable. There's lots of different side effects to not getting enough rest, right? So be mindful of that. That's number 2. Number 3, you understand, I've said this a lot, you understand that nothing happens inside this comfort zone. It's a huge component of being successful. Slightly step out of the comfort zone, and I think really cool things happen. You learn a lot about yourself, and you learn a lot about the people around you when you step out of your comfort zone, because you're now around different people. Immediately, once you get outside that zone, there's new people around you. The ones that are always in the same group of friends, you guys go to the same parties, you have the same drinks, you know exactly what each other eats, all that kind of stuff. That's cool, it's comfortable, it gives you peace of mind, but I guarantee you, if you look within that circle, growth doesn't happen. You've all grown to a certain point, that relationship bloomed, and it stays where it is or less, right? So getting outside of that comfort zone, I challenged Allison yesterday to go haggle at a store. She was at the Habitat store, which is probably not the store to haggle at, but whatever. I knew she wouldn't do it. She's like, no, refuse. But she ended up doing it according to her story. I have no proof, but I ended up paying the same price for the chair, if anybody went today, that it was listed at. So I really don't know if she haggled, but she said she got outside of her comfort zone. So it could be anything like that, but it could be big too, right? Like I'm talking, if you just do small little things, you practice this discipline, it will relate down the road, right? Like it will go into different things. You will always be challenging yourself if you just start with small little things that are kind of fun and maybe not as much pressure, because I understand how much anxiety can come from stepping outside your comfort zone. So pick something that's not really that crazy. Maybe say hi to a stranger that you walk by instead of going like this. People walk by me all the time in my neighborhood, and I'm just like, hello. Today I was walking behind a car that was pulling out of their driveway, and I didn't think they saw me, so I just said hello. I got reamed out. All I said was hello, so they knew I was there. I was walking my dog. I'm coming across, and they're only like 3 feet away from me, and they're still moving. So I was like, okay, I had to pick up my speed. But like confronting people like that and doing different things, that kind of gets you out of your comfort zone. When you start getting reamed at, what do? I just turned around and waved and kept walking. Nothing happened, right? Like, why are you yelling at me? Like, I didn't do anything. I have the right of way. So stuff like that, right? The one I remember, I was walking through the neighborhood and someone left their headlights on, and it was like 9:30 p.m. and I'm pretty sure I had the dog. So it was obviously creepy. 9:30 p.m. I see woman of the house sitting in her chair with her cell phone, head down, the screen bright on. I get closer and I'm like waving, because I already walked by this house 4 times thinking, how do I get their attention? Because I know Monday morning is going to suck when that car battery's dead and whoever can't get it had car seats in the car. So I'm like a parent thinking all crazy. So I'm like, do I just walk away? But no, I got out of my comfort zone. I went in front of the window and I started like waving. And then I see the husband on the couch waking up and I'm like, oh shit, what's going on? And then they were like reluctant to open the door. And I'm like, you left your headlights on. Oh, thank you. Okay. But normally I probably would have walked by, but not anymore. Outside the comfort zone. Good things happen. You learn a lot about yourself. It's a great place to be. And you can even do it inside the gym. All you guys lift all the same weights all the same time. I'm watching. This is me scanning all 6 screens right now. Okay. Number 4. You are constantly seeking out information that can lead to your development or lead you to development. This is something that comes from education, right? It comes from reading. It comes from listening to things that intrigue you. And it comes from blocking out things that don't. So the things that don't, I could guarantee if everybody scrolled through their Facebook, there's 100 effing things on their Facebook that sends you in a trail of different clicks all the way to nowhere. How many people get caught up in the nowhere clicking? It's like, click, next video, click. Oh, that's a cute little dog, click. Oh shit, look at that. Whoa, what the hell is that? Get that off my phone. That happens all the time. We get very distracted and we choose not to read a book. Close your technology off, sit down and actually read a book. This 75-day challenge, I'm almost done 3 books, 75 days. I have a bookshelf over here. Actually, I'll tell you this. I got reminded by Facebook 3 years ago, I think it was 3 years ago or 2 years ago, to this day, I took a picture of the Emotional Intelligence 2.0 book. That's bad. That was embarrassing for me. It was an embarrassing moment for myself that I bought this book 2 years ago, and Facebook fucking reminds me that I said I was going to read it, and I didn't read it. And then even worse, I got into the book 40 pages, and I found my original bookmark that wasn't on the outside of the page, so I didn't even know it was in there. It was just a little tab thing inside page 40, and I was like, I made it pretty far. It's not bad. It took me 2 years. So I cannot say enough about educating yourself. I cannot say enough about reading. You can literally find out anything you want on the internet. Someone was telling me at boot camp, she said she became a small mechanic because her lawnmower broke down, all because of YouTube. Like, that's incredible. Pull up YouTube, figure out how to fix your lawnmower, away you go. I bet you when she figured it out and cut her lawn, she probably felt pretty fucking amazing. I would if I fixed my lawnmower without knowing a damn thing and YouTube taught me. That'd be pretty cool. So seek out information, guys. Ask the group. Maybe we do a book share. Maybe we do like a book exchange, take one, leave one type thing in the gym. I think that would be cool. I've seen it as a mailbox. I thought that was a really cool idea. Someone had it on their property, take one, leave one. So I think doing that in the gym would be pretty cool. I've got a bunch of books I've read. I don't know what to do with books that you've read, right? This is the best thing. So that's going to start just to really solidify this point. This is number 4. There's nothing better than it. And honestly, it feels good. You end up getting maybe a little sleepy, and depending on what you're reading, but read something that helps you. Like, don't read like Harry fucking Potter. I don't know who reads Harry Potter. Do you read Harry Potter, Lisa?
No. Harry Potter can help you.
How? The Sorcerer's what?
It's just lighthearted.
Okay, fine. Read your lighthearted shit and tell me how good you are afterwards. Anyways, I want targeted reading, like help change the world, make this place a better place type reading. I think that really leads to success. Harry Potter, I can't do it. It might lead to a successful Halloween costume, but that's about it. Yeah, see? Carrie, you got to get reading 10 pages a day, something. All right, number 5.
I read all the time for you.
What do you read? Come on, bring it on. Let's go.
Brené Brown, Dare to Lead.
Did you say Brené Brown?
Yeah.
You like her?
Yeah, I like some of her stuff.
Yeah. She's been popular on that Netflix thing.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one, too.
Yeah. I listened to it.
Pink is good.
Okay.
Drive.
I don't know any of this stuff.
Uh-huh.
You'll have to do, maybe we do a book, like a book report once a month in the inner circle. No?
Sure.
I got a sure. Allison's got a no. I'm not going to make you do it, okay? This is funny. All right. Number 5. This one's a big one. You are honest with yourself and where you are currently at. Let that one sink in for a second or two. If you think you're in shape and you're not, you got to tell yourself you're not, so you start moving. Because if you think you're in shape and you're not, and you go and take part, you don't push yourself as hard as you should be. That's one reference. If you think you're doing well financially, but you don't actually track any of your stuff, probably not doing so good. Just these type of things, they come up, right? And it's humbling, it's challenging, and I think it's one of the hardest things that you can do is to truly critique yourself and where you're at and admit it, right? Like admit that you're not giving it your all. Like I listened to a podcast today and I'm stuck on his podcast, Andy Frisella's, just because they're awesome. And I'm going back, like, I think he started in 2015. So I have tons of listening to do. But he talked about how LeBron James right now has a problem giving it his all. He doesn't want to play defense, apparently, to win championships. And he said the issue is he's okay with going 40% because it's better than most people's 100. And that's wild to think that someone is okay going 40% just because you're better than everyone around you. And if that's the case, why, like, it's a deeper problem, you know, like you're not being honest with yourself. Like you can go harder, you can do more. I've got this thing over here. It says Entrepreneur Nutrition Facts, and I've showed it a long time ago. It has some hilarious percentages, but it honestly, it's perfect timing. It's like hustle, 10,000%, motivation, 100%, persistence, 100, discipline, 100, passion, 100, fear, 0, knowledge, 100%. Percent daily growth are based on high levels of ambitions. Like, why are we not given 100? I don't fucking understand why LeBron James doesn't go 100%. Like, why? It just doesn't make any sense. So if you're that person going 40% because the people around you, either switch your people that are going better and faster and harder, or figure your shit out. Tell yourself the truth. That you can do more, you can be more, you want to be more, and things will change. I know over this last 61 days, like I still have a workout to do after this, and you just have to go hard. I can't believe how much more is in the tank when now I'm doing this challenge. It's like, it just keeps going. It honestly, it's endless. Because you just have it programmed. These habits are built, and then everyone's like, oh my God, you're only like 14 days away. I'm like, actually, I'm pretty much a lifetime away. Like, I want to leave like a legacy, right? Like, I'm starting to think of that stuff now because it'll help me decide on like what my future looks like, right? And the next phase is a 30-day challenge on top of the 75-day tasks, and adding a cold shower. It's adding 10 minutes of focused visualization. It's adding top 3 tasks of the day that you need to get shit done list. And these have to happen every single day. And the only reason why I trust this Andy Frisella is because someone obviously is doing this that is in a far more amazing position for them because of it. Where else would it come from? This isn't just bullshit out of nowhere. Most people, you can figure out it's bullshit out of nowhere. You see all these social media, you know, things trying to tell you, oh, you can become confident in 100 days. All you have to do is this, 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 and this. And I'm like, some fucking scams. This guy is doing this challenge for free. I'm challenging people for free. People are like, oh, what is it? I want to start. I'm like, okay, start. Well, what do I have to do? You have to start. Like, this isn't Corey Banna's challenge. This is a different person thought of this and said, the reason why they put this out is because no one creates a challenge for free that actually teaches you to become mentally tougher. So that's why he did it. Here we are, mentally tougher. I can guarantee it. My stamp of approval on mental toughness. We are in battery saver mode. Good. We'll still make it. Guys, honest to God, be honest with yourself. If something is too much or you're stretched, that's cool. Dial it back. Who cares? Dial it back until you can stretch yourself again and try it again. If you don't feel like you're giving it your all, you need to have that honest conversation with yourself. And I believe that the honesty will come from, a task that you could do is ask those around you for feedback. Right? Ask them very focused questions for feedback about yourself and what they observe you doing, all that kind of stuff. I believe you're going to get some really crazy, awesome answers. And a lot of them are probably going to humble you and make you feel mad and make you feel all these different emotions. just because we handle critique better than, no, we don't. We don't handle it well when someone critiques us in any way, shape, or form. Maybe 3 days later, after we take time to reflect on it, we come around the corner. But I definitely do myself. It takes me time. I'm pretty thick-headed sometimes. So, but yeah, be honest with yourself. I think it unlocks a lot more potential. I'm living proof of it. I'm messaging more people. I'm on top of more things. I'm not so much focused. You know what? I've looked at the sales report once this month. I honestly couldn't even tell you where we're at, but I know we have more members. I know we have more impact. I know we have more reach, more people thinking about us, and more people being successful. I'm not focused on it. I don't want to. My focus is on just helping more people. And you guys should too. You guys should try to help more people. Your capacities are huge. You're tapped into, they'd say in the brain that we access like very small portion of our brain based on the fact that we're not in tune with our breathing. We take short, shallow breaths, which cuts oxygen off from the rest of our organs. And then what ends up happening is we just start saying things that we shouldn't. We become fatigued. We drive ourselves into not acting, not taking action just because of it. Focused breathing, focused visualization. I used to think it was Hui. I think some of the practices that people charge you for to learn is Hui. I think we can all do it on ourselves. But yeah, I think it's huge. So let's tap into that. Let's help more people, whether this circle grows or not. Hell, you can invite them into, like, you can send this link. I don't care where you send it wherever. Only though, if you feel it is going to help someone. Okay. If it's not going to help someone, maybe that episode didn't trigger it. You don't have to share it. But here we are, 9 o'clock. Those are my top 5 reasons. I knew that it was going to take some time to get them off my chest. So the next week we are going to do the sequel, or part 2, and it will be the top 5 reasons why you're probably not successful. That one's a fun one, because you have to learn how to deliver a message that isn't so positive in this like positive world, right? That's probably not my style at all. I'm not gonna lie. All right, I'm unmuting some people here. Grace. Hi, Grace. Is she listening? She's not listening.
I am listening. Here I am. Hi.
Grace used a chainsaw.
I did use a chainsaw.
How comfortable were you with a chainsaw?
Really comfortable.
That is creepy. But you killed it. You went home and crushed that garden out.
I did.
And you said that you are now stronger from boot camp to be able to withstand a chainsaw for a long period of time.
That's right. And pulling those grasses out of there.
That's pretty cool. You stepping out of your comfort zone, lifting a little bit heavier, going to Dee's classes, getting your ass handed to you has paid off.
That's right.
It's pretty freaking cool. Lisa?
Yes.
You ran a friggin' half marathon cold.
Good job.
0 training.
Foolish.
100% complaining and 0 training.
Pretty much.
It's pretty cool. How long did it take you to recover?
I'd say by Wednesday I was pretty back to normal.
Yeah.
Well, I went to class. I think I went to class on Wednesday.
Do you want to be a guinea pig?
Why? Depends.
Do you want to take 2 weeks off boot camp? At the end of the 2 weeks, run another 23 kilometers. I'll put your membership on hold and then see how long it takes you to recover.
No.
That's way outside your comfort zone. Let's do it.
No. No,
Yeah.
I don't want to take 2 weeks off boot camp.
That's right. That's the right fucking answer. Right there. Tricked you.
Okay, good.
But no, it'd be a pretty cool test to do to see if you recovered.
Yeah. No, that would hurt way too much.
See? So the gains are there. That's awesome. We have a new member. She's on the call for the first time tonight. Christiana, hello.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
We're going to get cut off in
Hello.
2 minutes.
Hi,
I'm just going to let you know, but welcome, welcome. I'm glad you
Okay, thank you.
joined the call.
Thanks.
It's outside your comfort zone, isn't it?
It is. It is. It's not bad. You know what? This isn't that bad. It was my first boot camp session, but it was good.
And then you went today, right?
I went today. Yeah, it was great.
Did you get your ass handed to you?
Yep. This is good.
Results will come. I'm going to leave you with the lasting thought. I want you to know that the efforts that you put in on a daily basis take so long to show. Compare it to the compression of coal into a diamond. It takes years and years and years and years to produce. If you can be patient with me and be patient with the people around you more. Right, guys?
Yes.
That is it. That is all I have. I don't know who's doing that sound. It's gone now. I wish you all a good sleep. Get some rest. Get ready. We'll have magnesium coming to the gym soon. That'll help you sleep and heal. It'll be out soon. I've just paid for it all. Good night.